Hi, friends. It feels so weird that that's going to be the last time I get to say that. But welcome to my final goodbye stream. I know I announced it earlier this week, and I was kind of vague around the time that I'd actually be doing this. And it was just all for a reason. But I do want to start this video by saying I am truly grateful for all the love that you guys have shown me, even throughout this couple months, and especially when I put the goodbye post up. A lot of people came out and gave really powerful, encouraging, and loving words, and I thank you all for that really good energy, because it was definitely noted. So thank you guys for being so kind, for being so supportive, for hyping me up from time to time. All of it, this whole experience with me running and doing honest readers, it's been amazing, honestly, truly. It's been really, really amazing. Nothing can compare, nothing can compete. It's really been a true experience for me, because I never really done something like this. I didn't have much faith in myself as a tarot reader before I started this group. I guess I could give a little bit of background, a little bit of history as to why I started this group before I get started with the read and the message. Before joining this group, I was a part of another group that I'm not going to name or give any credit to or anything like that. I was really in that group, and I was giving readings and stuff like that, and I really started to realize just how different my style of readings was from everyone else's, and seeing other people really trying to incorporate and copy my style. And one thing that the Most High had to tell me was that when people do stuff like that, that is the ultimate compliment, because imitation is it's a compliment, and I had to learn to really take that as a compliment. So I realized if people just going to imitate me, then I might as well just start and lead my own thing. And so Honest Readers was born. And I was also really incensed by the fact by people's need to have feedback on their stuff. And me personally, I'm I don't really need feedback from my reads, because I know my reads are good. Even when I was just starting out a little less confident, I really didn't need the feedback, because I'm I trust me. But I really just wanted to start this group just to give people readings for free, especially people who are skeptical about tarot card readings, people who people who didn't really have much faith in them, especially people who are also poor and really couldn't exactly afford the prices, because I know tarot reading prices are kind of crazy now. So I really just wanted to do something affordable for the people who who couldn't afford it, or were just skeptical or scared. And it was a big motivation for me to do Honest Readers. And it's been going for a good couple months, but Father finally gave me the go ahead, the signal to shut it down. So it's been a wild ride, and I really just want to thank everyone who's been here, especially if you've been here since the beginning. Thank you. Really, just your presence alone, with just being here and supporting, even if you guys haven't participated in anything, just having people here really just made me feel better, and it just made me feel like a success. And again, I just want to give that thank you out. So now that I'm done being all mushy, because being mushy and ushy and all this stuff really doesn't fit me too well, I guess I could get into the message. For this goodbye reading, I am going to just channel. I'm going to open myself up, and I'm just going to see what Father has to say in parting. For those of you who won't be seeing me again, for those of you who don't follow my YouTube, or don't really do anything else, or don't want to book me or anything like that, this will be our final goodbye. But for other people, it's probably just going to be a see you later. So we'll see how it goes. So Father, what's the central theme? Oh, wow. Okay. This was very quick. True love, number 43. Now, with true love being the central theme, and me just talking about how I was started my true reasons for starting Honest Readers, to really give back to people who can't really afford readings, or who were just skeptical and stuff like that, it's all coming down to true love of yourself, and true love for people in the world. being able to like do things for other people without any expectation in return is like the most purest form of love that you can give. Like learning how to just like give to other people and not being mad when they don't give back. And and as I was saying, that's the big reason why I left the group I was in before. They wanted to make it mandatory for people to like give feedback and comments, and I'm like, that's not cool. Like we're supposed to be giving. Like, don't you understand the task that we've been given, the sacredness of our task? Like, you know, we give and we give without expectation of like receiving in return. But of course I had to realize, like, you know, sometimes it is okay to expect it in return. and that's something I really gotta talk about. Like when you give and you give and you give, there comes a point like where you have to like kind of stop giving because now you're just giving and you have nothing to show for it. And that's like, but that takes time. Like, and I'm telling you, that group didn't put in enough time to get to that point to where they need to demand people to give back. They wasn't nowhere near that type time. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. So to actually like have the audacity to make demands of their members, they weren't there yet. But true love, giving from the bottom of your heart to everyone and even to yourself. Because the first thing that it says in this book, and I'm gonna read it to you. I'm gonna read the card because I found it hilarious. Because I take the true love like either between other people and yourself. But the first thing this card says is true love is not talking about a soulmate. And I'm like, I beg to differ. Because it's going to be what I want it to be. Here. This card is not about finding your true love. True love begins with yourself. You need to truly love yourself before you love someone else with all of your heart. Loving yourself is being proud of who you are and being compassionate with yourself. Being compassionate with yourself, so your heart. Oh, I forgot. This book also has a lot of like grammatical and spelling errors, so it's not me misreading. Like, this is really what it says in this book. Being compassionate with yourself, so your heart can find its wings. Love yourself and all of the quirks that make you uniquely you. Once you love yourself, loving experiences, situations, new friends, and even a new love may appear for you. So true love, this card is actually talking about self-love. And that's the message that I'm going to have to give today. Know your worth. Know what you're worth. And that was a big reason why, should I share that? I shouldn't. But knowing your worth, that's going to be the big message for today. And this is not just about knowing your worth in like other people or in terms of relationship. This is about knowing your worth in terms of life. Like knowing like who you are as a spiritual being and as a physical being. Like knowing your power, knowing your gifts, knowing your abilities, knowing your capacity. Just like knowing who you are and just embracing every single aspect of yourself. Because the moment you can truly love yourself for who you are, you bring in the people that are aligned with that frequency. And this is something that I've been like really working on. This is why I took a big hiatus to like really just like regather all my energy that I've been giving out and focus it into myself so I can like really truly learn and discover. I also put up a post about how it may not seem like things are changing around you, but everything is changing internally. And that's what I've been going through. Like I kind of like wrapped myself in a cocoon this week for a good like how long has it been? Like 6 days? Like a good 6 days of just like being in myself, like gathering my energy and like truly learning more and more about myself and the gifts that I haven't even tapped into yet. So there's a lot of good things going on for a lot of us. But all of that truly begins when we finally learn to just like really appreciate ourselves for who we are. I have to keep saying that because I feel like this message really needs to come out to a lot of people. Learn to love yourself for who you are. Your differences, and you can do this through meditation because this is at the bottom deck and it keeps staring at me and I have to bring it out. Like really learning to like be solitary and like with the lotus flower, this is about expansion and growth. Like really learning who you are and allowing your love for yourself to expand and grow you into something beautiful. This is like also symbolic of the process that I've been going through since I even started reading tarot cards and what's being even more doubly reinforced now that I'm going through a dark night of the soul again. But I'm almost through it. Thank God. Wants to be in your video. I think that was an accident. Thank God that all of that's been happening to me. But the biggest thing here, and I have to keep hammering this in because I keep feeling like this is a message for someone who definitely needs to hear this because maybe their heart's just been shattered. You need to learn to love yourself first. Like, really take the time out to, like, truly learn and get to know who you are. So that way you can build up and reinforce yourself and attract the true love that you want. The soulmate. And all the opportunities and things that you feel like you should be having. You don't have them because your energy isn't matching there yet. There's still things that you need to meditate on, contemplate, and grow from in order to attract everything that you need. And that's something that I have to give out there. So I guess I can jump into some tarot cards too. So which ones am I using, Father? Which one? Okay. I seen this design in my head, so I'm gonna use these ones. So, Father, what's the message that you want to, like, you can have me continue to go on? 3 cards, I got you. Okay, and it's all very resonant. Let's keep going. Final card. What is it, Father? Excellent. Excellent. Knight of Cups at the bottom. All right. So, the cards that I pulled was the 3 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. So, seeing the 6 of Wands, like, is always, like, very happy for me because that's victory. That's accomplishment. To me, this is also the card of confidence and, like, really just doing it alone. Like, I'm hearing the song, like, All Me by Drake and a lot of other people. It's got everything, I got everything. I cannot complain, it's a lot. I don't really even know how much I made. I forgot, it's a lot. Never mind what I got. Don't watch that because I came up. That's all me. Stayed true. That's all me. No help. That's all me. All me for real. 6 of Wands. Just know that you finding like this love within yourself and expanding and growing. No one else is like doing this process for you. No one else is like really can do this process for you. This is an all you thing. All the growth, all the things, everything that you've grown and like learned, like that's all you. And you need to start giving yourself a pat on the back for how far a lot of you came in your spiritual journey and your life journey and just like everything, period. Start giving yourself a pat on the back because a lot of us has really been through a lot and we're still here. And we need to like really be proud of that and championing that. And that's a really big thing. Now with the 8 of Pentacles here, like this is about like the work that's necessary, the work, the focus, and the dedication that's needed to like truly like allow yourself to like grow and expand. Like meditation and like really just doing this stuff is not like, you'll be surprised how many people who do tarot card readings or who are spiritual don't meditate. But that's a really key core process to this whole thing, because if you're not really engaging in some form of like meditation, whether it's just like channeling your energy into art or like just like going out for nature walks or something like that, if you're not really channeling and like really putting in the work to like really reform your inner landscape, you can't expect to really find like to attract the things that you really want. The true love in your life, your true job, your true soulmate. If you're not really putting in the work for that stuff, you can't just expect it to magically come. That's not how this works. The faith without works is dead. And this is the work part of faith. Like really engaging in meditations, ways to like try to expand your soul, expand your spirit, and to really find a way of working on to bringing love back into yourself and giving that love that you really need. Because we also have the 3 of Cups here, which is the cards of celebration of joys. It's also about hanging out with friends. And with the true love being like right under this card, and I see 43, 23, and then the 3 card, like 333. Even though it's not really that, but like that's just how it comes to me. Like with all these 3s being here, I just get the feeling like, 3 in this, like in a lot of cards is like definitely about like a celebration or just like collaboration with other people. And with this true love being out here, like the more you work on yourself, the more you bring in all these things. And that's what I have to keep saying here, especially with some of us who's been feeling lonely. You're lonely because there's still work that you have to do within yourself to bring in these group of friends and these people that's going to come for you. And for a lot of us, not a lot of us, some of us have already been putting in that work. And this is like a promise for us that we're going to have new friends coming in, new friends that's going to help us with our work, that keep us focused, dedicated, and motivated, and help lead us to, and really encourages us to push forth to our victory, because this is all us. Remember that, people can come in, they can support, but it's up to you to carry the torch and to carry it all the way. So all your victories, you really make sure that you feel confident and be happy in them. Really make sure that you really now I'm gonna say it, make sure you big yourself up, because no one else in this world is going to big you up. And this is something I've been learning firsthand with just being out there, gaining more exposure, really just being the person that I am, and learn and being me unapologetically. What I'm really learning is that people don't like to see you shine. They really, really don't. But you need to shine anyway. And realize that it's for some of us, the more higher order spirits, that this is going to be a journey that we're going to be taking alone, but our victory is assured. And that's something that I definitely need to hear. So thank you with that message, Father. Thank you. Our victory is assured, even though we're walking on this journey alone. But for a lot of us, not a lot of us, I have to keep making sure I correct myself. For some of us, we're bringing in people that's going to actually help us out, because we've been focusing on ourselves. And like I said, this is what I've been doing for the past 6 days, focusing on true love, on the love of self, really embracing myself, embracing my power, my gifts, my quirks, everything about myself. And it's bringing in a lot of new people. And for those of you who this resonates with, I've been focusing on loving myself too, really trying to grow and expand my capacity for spirit, been meditating, been really trying to work and get deep in my inner landscape. Just know that your work, your 8 of Pentacles, is being seen, and your goal is going to be reached. So continue up the hard work. And that's one thing that I have to really, really say. Keep going on the hard work, because a lot of us are really going through and I keep saying it, real transitory time right now, where it seems like things are just not working out, things are moving real, real slow, or maybe there's just been major setbacks. All of that is just prep. All of that is just boot camp. And what I'm hearing, all of this has been boot camp. Just know that if you've been going through this and you've been in this for a good while, that time is coming. And a good while is a month. It's taken me about a month, maybe 2, to navigate my dark night. I don't know how long it's going to take for everyone else, but if you're going through it and you're really staying strong and staying focused, just know that your victory is assured. What's happening now isn't always going to be meant for you unless you start slowing yourself up. Then it's going to take you a little bit longer in this dark night than most people. But stay focused, and just know that I said that, and without even thinking, the 8 of Pentacles, stay focused, and then your victory is going to be assured. And that's one of the biggest things that I have to say. There's going to be celebrations when you come out of it too. That's also the 6 of Wands. There's nothing but good times ahead, but the times right now, the more difficult period, the transitory period, is tough. And we need to stay strong and stay focused on it. I keep looking at my Iris Oracle, so let me grab one and see what I can add to this message. But yeah, my friends, focus. The message that Father wants to end you guys with is continue to focus on your self-improvement. Even if honest readers doesn't, even if honest readers doesn't come back, even if you guys don't see me again, the thing that Father wants to charge you guys with, is focusing on finding true love within yourself. Really keep focusing on your self-improvement and radical self-acceptance and your expansion of yourself with this meditation card. Keep focusing on loving yourself and your expansion. Once this group is officially disbanded, that's your homework. That's something that you need. If you don't take anything away from this group, take that away. True love comes from yourself first, and loving yourself and accepting yourself first. So remember that. What a beautiful message. Thank you, Father. Let me see. What else do we got here? What else do you want me to add to this, Father? What else? Wow, there's a lot. All right. Okay. All right. Beautiful. What was I just saying? What was I just saying? Thank you. We have the lonely journey of the priestess. What was I saying about this just being like just you? Like with your victory, everything that you get is just going to be off the strength of your back. Like a lot of us are like very lonely right now, or like going through like a solitary journey. And you need to embrace the fact that you need to be solitary right now. Don't start jumping into relationships. Don't start doing this. Don't start doing that. Like right now, for a lot of us, like as we're going through this is meant to be a very solitary phase where we get to learn to love ourselves and how to give love to ourselves before we even start giving love to other people. Because right now for those of us who are like really, really focused on love, but not really focused on self-growth and improvement, you're creating codependent situations. Like a lot of people believe that their happiness is something that lies outside of them, but that's simply not true. Your happiness, everything that you want in your life comes from within you first. And trying to seek your happiness from without, people are going to breadcrumb you, as you can see. Keep her locked in these chains and just feed you whenever they want to feed you, however much they want. That's why it's important to learn to like love yourself, to discover yourself so you can stand in your own power, so you can go back to sitting on top of the world. This message is like very, very like resonant. And the funny thing is though, it's like we have the three of cups next to the like lonely journey of the high priestess, and this is telling me like, and you might really be lonely, you might really be missing out on friends and connections right now, but you really stay strong. Like right now you're being formed, you're being molded, you're going through boot camp right now. And you need to like really stay strong and stay powerful. Remember, I call this the army. We're the spiritual army. This isn't all lemon drops, gumdrops, and rainbows. Like real things happen to us once you really start becoming a spiritual person. All manner of attacks start trying to manifest against you. And if you don't hold true to your faith and your power, you're going to be destroyed. You're going to be ruined. And that's just how this life works, how Earth School works. So we really need to like stay focused. Eight of Pentacles and dependency. Really trying to find that love and fulfillment maybe inside your work or your job or anything like that. Really trying to look for external sources of like happiness is only going to lead you to a dependency on that thing or codependency. So it's really, really important. I keep doing this. What's up with my throat chakra, man? It's really, really important that we make sure that we focus our energy inward. And that's something that Father really wants me to give to you guys. Make sure you focus your energies inward at this moment. If you've been going through a tough time, focus on yourself. Focus on you. Focus on bettering your energy and becoming more acceptance of who you are. Because right now, any type of relationships you're forming with other people or with certain things, if it's not coming, most of it's not coming from a healthy place, and it's creating a form of dependency. So be dependent on yourself. Because like I said, it's that lonely road, and you're going to be the one that carry yourself through at the end. You're the one that's going to be sitting on top of the world due to the work that you're doing, the Six of Wands and sitting on top of the world. Like, come on, guys. Like, pay attention. Pay attention. Like, it's time for you to, like, do the work for yourself. Because what's going on, like I said, we're in a transitionary period. We're transforming. And this is the calm within transformation at the bottom deck. And this one kept wanting to show itself too. No bull. I'm not lying to you. It's no cap. No BS. And that's literally what this card means, the no bull. It means like no bullshit. Like not accepting it, not taking that. Like what I'm telling you is like for true. We're being transformed into something better. And in order for some of us, a small number of us in this group is being transformed. And we need to really make sure that we stay calm within this transformation. That we stay calm while we're transforming and really not try to find like our happiness and our fulfillment outside of ourselves. But realize that all of our happiness and fulfillment is within us. Because the moment you start trying to find it outside of yourself, you're going to end up a puppet for some very slimy people or very slimy situations. Because people see who we are. This is funny. Okay, I guess I'll talk about that too. People see who you are before you see yourself. Like people see you outside of you, and they can appraise and they can acknowledge you, especially like the darker energies. They're really good at like seeing the light, appraising it, and knowing your destiny before you do, and stepping in and trying to control you. So this is one thing that you guys have to be aware of. If you are like, going through this, you're someone that identifies as like maybe a star seed or a divine being, you really need to like make sure that you keep your energies to yourself in this moment. And like, because people are seeking to control you, because they're down here in the slime and the gunk. They're down there in the gutters. And, they need to leech off of your energy to pull themselves up for a moment. So don't give in to your need to control. Like your need to like have your life like go the way that you want it to go. That you have all the things that you want because you feel like you want them. But realize that God knows best. And the things that you want, he wants for you in 10 times more. So why not trust him? Relinquish your need to control. This is the one who needs to control. Release that. Release your need to control your life, to have things the way that you want it, because things aren't going to flow the way that you want it, because it's not meant to flow the way that you want. It's meant to flow in the way and the will of the divine. And you just have to trust that his will for your life is much greater than anything you can ever imagine. And that's one thing that I'm learning too, is that his will, his plan for my life is much greater than anything I ever thought possible for myself. And that's something that's really resonating in like every single one of my readings that I get now, because I've been going through this true love and expansion process. And I encourage you guys to do the same, to really take advantage of like this transition and do what I do. Focus your energy inside yourself, really connect, pray, meditate, do all the things that you need to do in order to grow closer to whatever it is that you believe in. To me, it's the source, the divine, the most high, my Father. But it could be different from you guys, and as long as you're seeing results, it truly doesn't matter what you call it. But only thing that's important right now is going through this process, this expansion process, and learning and accepting and who you are and standing in your power. It is crucial for us to go through this right now, to step into our promises. And this card started showing his face to me. Ungrateful daughter and earthly mother. Now, this is a card that keeps like stomping me because I really don't know what it means. But what I really came to realize is that this is like the grounding card, like the needs to like really come out of that I need to have this, I need to do this, and not really paying attention to what the universe is blessing you with, to what you're already being given to work with, and like rejecting the tools that you're being given to pull you through this time. Don't do that. It's a time to practice humility, gratitude, and grounding, and to really like learn to love yourself and to really accept yourself. Not big yourself up in the head, but to like really be real, down to earth with who you truly are and what's going on in the spirit, and to like pay attention to your signs. Because this is about like, and this is also the number 7 card for those of you if that number is significant. I'm going to read this card to you. I'm going to read the card to you. And you guys like pull what you're going to pull from it. Humble mother, always give love to her daughter. She knows where she was birthed. Even when her daughter has become spoiled by the ways of the material world and has inflated herself, her ego, to make herself appear much larger. But the mother, grounded in the earth, will always see past her temporary whims and give her love and kiss her hands, sending wishes that she may soon find wisdom and connection to the earth. Yes. This is about, like I said, not really trying to big yourself up, not being more grandiose than what you really are. Like really just like come to the understanding of who you are, where your power comes from, and what's happening to you right now. That you don't have control over this. This isn't a you thing. Like this isn't the 3D world where you can just like change and move everything by focusing on it. For those of you who are like really like upset about money, I feel like that message really goes to you guys. Don't worry about the material world. Stop. Get your ego. That's your ego. Get out of it. Don't worry about the material world. Materials are going to be promised to you, but you got to grow your spirit first in order to receive it. Because the moment you start growing your spirit, you'll realize that money just comes in. And that's definitely true for me, because I filled out something a while ago, like a month ago. I filled out for like some extra money or whatever. And then the money was like delayed and pending. And if I was to truly focus on that, like, oh, I don't have any money, I really need this money, I would have been miserable and I wouldn't have had it. But it came to me and it coincided with my paycheck. So now I got, like, you know, a fair bit of money saved up now. I can't really be too loud with that, but now I have a fair bit of money saved up. So, you know, trust in the process. Like, it pays off to really get your energy right and not really, like, try to, like, put your energy out into all these other things, into things that's going to make you dependent. Like, be dependent on yourself. Be dependent on spirit. That's coming through, like, very, very strongly for me. Be dependent on spirit and not on things of this world. And this is doubly true for those of you who's going through money issues. Like, focusing on those money issues aren't going to make anything better. But doing, like, little steady work, like for me, like, I was going to do my YouTube videos today, but I can't. But I'm figuring a way around it. But really just putting, like, little steps forward towards your future. Like, that's more than enough already. That's showing intent to have these things. So putting forth that little bit of effort and then not worrying about the result is going to yield you the results that you need. That's a message for someone. Like, if you understand it, then that's for you. Because that's a more higher level message about not being attached to results. So if you get it, it's for you. Let me see. I've been called to do an affirmation because I really feel like some people need to hear this. Like, a lot of us has really been struggling. Good things to come. Good things to come. Like I keep saying, like with the Six of Wands, the sitting on top of the world, good things to come. Pay attention. Listen. I'm putting you guys down on a blueprint for, like, your life right now. This is like your blueprint right now. Because this is my parting message to you all. My parting message. Especially if you're not following me, not going to, like, be on my YouTube channel, or you're not going to request readings from me. This is your final bit of help. You have good things coming for you. But in order to, like, be in the energy to receive these things, you need to make sure that you focus your energy on yourself first. Connect to the universe. Connect to the earth. Meditate. Go for walks. Ground yourself. And learn radical acceptance and gratitude for everything that comes your way. Because good things are coming. And the more grateful you are for the good things that do come in, the more good that's going to come. And I'll read this card for you because I love... These cards are, like, definitely my brand of humor. So I'm going to read it. There are so many amazing gifts coming my way. I can't see them now because I respect the general convention of not peeking under wrapping paper. But they will show up when the time is right, and that's when I'll remember how much fun it is to be surprised. Like I said, this journey, the lonely journey of the priestess, is shrouded in mystery. You never know your next step, and that's definitely something that I can speak from as well. I'm being led by my intuition. Like, shutting this group down was an intuitive move. Because had I just still been in my ego, I would have kept serving. But no, it's time to shut it down and move on to something greater. And if I was, like, really just, like, the wanted control over my life, like that card that I just pulled out, if I just wanted control, I wouldn't be setting myself up to receive these good things. So really make sure that you guys, like, do this. Like, keep in mind that good things are going to happen to you. Like, victory is assured for us. You just got to put in the proper work, along with having the proper faith. Let me see. There might be one more affirmation that wants to come out. Let me see. Here it is. Okay. I'll take that too. Yeah. I can leave that one. The next card we have is connection. And like I was saying, like, a lot of us, like, want friends, like, we're craving that stuff. Like, a lot of us feel lonely, but we got to put our energy into ourselves first and connect to the universe. Because when you connect to the universe, then you'll realize that everything is connected. Another high level message for those of you who get it. You got it. I'm connected to the multitudes, and I can access their support at any time. The multitudes, the spiritual realm, your ancestors, angels, spirit guides, ascended masters, all that stuff. Connect and realizing and strengthening your connection to them. I'm connected to the multitudes, and I can access their support at any time. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. And note to self, work on witty banter about weather-related stuff. Yes. This is coming in with this Three of Cups. Like I said, if you guys have truly been like focusing on yourself and like really been focusing on raising your vibration, expanding your power, expanding your gifts, you're bringing in these kind of connections, like connections that are meant for you. I'm hearing like soul tribe. You're expanding and you're attracting your soul tribe for a lot of us here, like soul tribe and soulmate. Like not soulmate, twin flame. A lot of us are like attracting our twin flame, and a lot of us are attracting our soul tribes by going through this. Like there's a big blessing and a big karmic payout due for a lot of people, especially if your life has been like, I'm gonna say your life has been like kind of trash, like mine's has been. There's gonna be like someone like there's good things on the way, especially with the Knight of Cups at the bottom of all this. Like there's good things happening, and also with the Knight of Cups at the bottom. You guys are also maturing. Like a lot of you guys are like, if you've been going through this process, if you're truly taking in this message and realize like, oh, hey, that's exactly what I've been doing. Or, geez, that's something that I should be doing. It's going to mature you. And you are matured or you will be matured into like a really compassionate, loving, and emotionally intelligent being. And you don't mistake the power of like being emotionally intelligent, because that's true star quality here to spirit. Being emotionally intelligent makes you a star in the spiritual realm, which is greater than this physical realm. And I should always have to tell you that what the spirit, what's unseen is always greater than what is seen. Always like get some get satisfaction in that. There's a lot of cups energies here. I love it. Have the High Priestess showing up at the top of the deck as well, letting you guys know like a lot of you guys are intuitively connected. They also tell me like, hey, this is you. I'm telling you right. Like, I'm not, there's no BS, no cap. Like, I'm telling you right. This is coming directly from source itself. Focus on yourself. Because right now, not focusing on yourself and trying to, like, really focus on this impermanent situation is only creating dependency. And that's what all you're going to focus on. It's like this physical world with this Eight of Pentacles here. Come on. Pay attention. So I'm going to read the impermanence card, because with impermanence, this goes within this other card that I pulled out. Where is it? I done moved the whole order around. But calm within transformation. With impermanence coming out and like this card being at the bottom of the deck, this is letting me know like this is talking about like going through this transition and knowing that this tough time you're going through right now is just a transition. Like it is not meant to be your life. Like, this is just a time for you to learn, to grow, and to get more wise. Hey, Sonia, this is just a time for you to learn, to grow, and to become more wise. So I'm going to read the impermanence cards for you. Life is always changing. I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. As I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I can take comfort in knowing that more will come my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity. You look amazing, my soul brother. Thank you, girl. You've been glowing up too. I've been seeing your happiness. I love it for you. I'm happy, like truly happy for you, Sonia. And I'm glad I could help. Honestly, I just want to say like I love your energy, and I love the fact that I was able to like really touch your heart, and the same way that you've been able to touch my heart, Sonia. You are inspirational. And you should really remember that about your life. You are an inspiration, and you're an excellent mother, an excellent and devoted mother. So keep it up. Keep it up. All right. So I'm done with this set of decks. I'm about to see if there's a new message that want to come out, because that was message number 1. I think I'm going to do, see how long I'll go with another message. I'm really not. Got caught on Wednesday, you saved me. Oh, see, look, you good, Sonia. You know what to do. Put your faith and believe, and no matter how that situation turns out, just know that it's always going to turn out for your best good. And I was just talking about like going through a tough time, Sonia. So if that decision does lead to a tough time, just know that it's meant for you to grow in a certain kind of way. But I keep feeling like good things are going to happen for you too. But we'll see. So now let's see. Father, what other message do you want me to give? Oh, snaps. Okay. Oh, sorry, Sonia, but the group is ending. There's no way, I can't go against God and what he has to say, but I'm glad I was able to help. So back to this message. So Father is trying to tell you guys that, like I said, with the lonely journey of the priestess and the high priestess actually like being like the next top depth card, and deep knowing, like a lot of you guys are being guided by your intuition at this moment. Let me see. I think this is a better way to show it. A lot of us are being guided by our intuition right now. Your intuition, let me see, what can I say? Your intuition is definitely like showing you the roadmap here. As you can see, this priestess is going through this windy road, but she doesn't even have eyes here. This is all being guided by your intuition and your deep knowing. A deep knowing inside of yourself. Your intuition is going to be very, very paramount to navigating you towards like your inner peace and for the peace that you seek and desire for your life. Like you won't find peace by like focusing on external matters, like really just like diving into like your work or diving into this or diving into that. Really learning to find true love, the love within yourself, the love of self, accepting yourself, flaws and all, like quirks and all. That's the true way to expand your soul and to like really be able to radiate the positive energy that you need to attract peace. Another thing is with peace into the sea, when I kept talking about like this transformation that's happening, this transition that's happening, oh my God, Father, message at the bottom deck. So pay attention. Like this is from Spirit. Like with peace into the sea, it's time for you guys to really realize that what's happening right now, like I said, it's just a transition. You're just being transitioned and being transformed. And you need to have peace and allow it to happen. Don't fight against it. Don't try to focus and find like contentment or like relief in external things, because it's only going to create a sense of dependency in this moment, because we are being transformed. Like a small number of us are being transformed into something greater. So we need to really like have peace and allow this to transition and allow this to go. Allow it to flow, Sonia. Don't fight against it. Allow whatever is going to happen and know that it's going to lead you to peace. Because some things are just not for you. And this is one thing that we really have to realize. This also goes hand in hand with the one who needs the control card that I pulled out. Realizing that when doors close in your face, they're shut for a reason. And that God's rejection is God's protection. Some things are just not meant to happen for you. And right now, especially in this transition and transformative state, there is going to be certain limitations on us. And we just have to realize that those limitations are there for a reason. I feel like I should touch my chakra wisdom cards next, because I feel a card wanting to come out. It might be impasse. But remember that doors shut on you for a reason. Like if a door is shut, this isn't like the time. Like right now isn't the time for you to say, oh, I am going to have this. Like I want it and I'm going to take it. I don't care what anyone says. Like no. If a door is shutting on you right now, know that it's divinely shut, and you need to just reroute and find a different method. Allow yourself to flow, because we're being led to a really big change in our life and our situation. Like I said, a karmic payout. Like for a small number of us, this is going to be huge. This is a life-changing moment for us right now, especially with Uranus in retrograde right now. This is a huge moment for us to really just shake up our lives and really just allow new things to come in, like a big radical change. Like it is time. This is divine timing. And what was I telling you with the not for you and not for you card? When things are closed to you, just know that it's divinely closed. Like it's either not time for you yet, or you're not meant to have that. You need to go a different way, a better direction. Learning to like really trust your intuition and trust where you're being led, and not just like not crying over spilled milk, not being angry about this or that, but just allowing things to flow out in divine timing. Because this card came out again. I've never seen this card come out so much in my life, but being led to a brand new life. I remember this card came out in my last reading, like, and here it is again, along with the divine timing and changing the wind. We're being led to something new and better. And it's time for you to like really stop fighting against this process. Stop saying, why I gotta do this, why I gotta do that. And let me give a little anecdote here, because just yesterday, and let me show you how fast Father works in my life. Like just yesterday when I was at work, I ended up ordering Chick-fil-A, and I was mad that they didn't give me any sauce. Like I had no sauce in it. And I'm like, oh, I fucking hate this city. I'm mad that I'm back here. Like it's so ghetto. Like what kind of Chick-fil-A doesn't put sauce in their bags? Especially when you order off DoorDash. And then later that night when I got home and I watched the tarot card reading, the first pile said to me, is don't complain about your circumstances, because you've been put in these circumstances for a reason. And I was like, oh my, like, Father, ow, smacked me on my hand real quick. Like, no complaining. That's not the energy that you need to be in. Remember that this is a new life for you, and things aren't the same. Even though you're back in the same situation. Oh my God, where's that card? Because it wanted to come out. Because even though you're stuck in the same, what seems like the same situation, just know that you're going through the same situation, but from a higher perspective. You're going through the same situation, but with more wisdom, more knowledge, and more power. Hey, you're going through the same situation with more wisdom, more knowledge, and more power. So don't do what I did yesterday and complain and scream up to the heavens. Like if you gotta like vent out your frustration, because we are humans, and that was a very human moment for me, that's okay. But just realize that you're going to be corrected and you're going to be shown the true purpose of why you're going here. Because the card that keeps coming out for me in my personal readings, let me see if it's anywhere close. Here it is. I knew it was close by because this card's been stalking me. Left out with the wolves. Like, a lot of us are like really learning how to like be out there, be amongst the killers, be amongst the dark energies, but how to come out lead in the pack. And this is the card that's like been personally like stalking me now. I've been put in a situation back here to learn how to like come out leading, be on top, be that king energy that I have, that I am. So don't fight against your circumstances. Don't argue with the process. Like, I don't know how else to say that. Don't argue with the process. Just know that your intuition is leading you down the right path, because we have the lonely journey of the High Priestess with that very windy road. We have the deep knowing card and the High Priestess itself showing up. Know that your intuition is leading you down the right path no matter what everything looks like outside. And if you find yourself surrounded by enemies, surrounded by these evil eyes, very, very, very resonant for me. Find yourself surrounded by these evil eyes and you're just this cute little kitty cat. Just know that this cute little kitty cat gonna come out leading these wolves. Know that. Know that. Yeah. So don't worry about your situation right now. If it seems like you're just going around in circles, you're going around in a circle because you have a higher perspective. And with co-create, your brand new life is being co-created with the Most High. Remember that. And try not to fight against the process of change and transformation. And this is like a message that's like really being given to you guys with messages in a bottle. This is a message from Father himself, from Spirit. Like I said, this is a very divinely guided reading. Like, Father is really trying to give you guys your roadmap, because you won't be hearing from me again. A lot of you won't be hearing from me again unless you follow me on YouTube or book private reads. A lot of you won't be hearing from me again. So this is why you have to really take this last reading, this last message for what it is, a true message from the divine source. Now, I said I was supposed to pull these chakra wisdom cards because some things wanted to come out here. So let's see what we got. We got creation coming out first. Like I say, he don't have me out here looking stupid. What card did I say needed wanted to come out? Impasse. And here it is. Impasse. Like I said, don't worry about what's being blocked away and the limitations that are being put on your life. God's rejection is God's protection. Certain things just aren't meant for you, and if you find that something is blocked, it doesn't mean try to force your way through. It means try to find another way around. Thank you. I knew I had... I'm sorry, guys. I take those moments and I pat myself right on the back because that's an awesome power, being able to predict these cards. I love it. I'm having so much fun, like, practicing and mastering it. Creation, though. With creation coming out, like I said, and with co-create and new life, you guys are being led to a brand new life that you're co-creating with spirit. So continue to pray and meditate. Put your prayers out there with what you want your life to look like and ask God to put his hands in it so he can make it better. Because there is better that's supposed to be here. If you remember my message way at the beginning of this, God has a better plan for your life than you ever even thought possible for your own life. So why not? Why not put your faith in him? Why not trust him? Why not do what I encourage you to do in the last reading and give into blind faith? Give into it. See you on YouTube. Yes, give into blind faith. Because you're being intuitively led to a brand new life. You're being intuitively led there. And then confusion. Right. Because this is, like I said, this is a very tough time. Trying to be quiet. But yes, I started doing that today. Second person, I have not one friend. Yeah, there we go. A lot of us are going through a tough time. But don't let this tough time, this transformation, this transition confuse you. Stay true to your promise. And like really make sure that you hold your vision for your life and realize that your life isn't just going to pass you by without you being able to live or experience it. That's not the promise for you. That's trickery. That's a lie. So release that. Because that's a victimhood, a victim mentality. Really feeling like that you need to take the crumbs that are given, that you know that you're meant to have just like less and not more. That's a mentality that other people put inside you, and it's just simply not true. So like I said, accept who you are, learn your power, learn your gift, learn what you bring to this world, and just practice radical acceptance of yourself, because that's true enlightenment here, especially with this meditation card and the lotus. The lotus represents enlightenment. What I'm saying to you is for true. Like I said, this is your final message from the Most High. For those of you who not following me anywhere else, this is your final message, and this is why it's so resonant. Pay attention. Don't focus on what's happening all around you, because what's happening all around you is just meant to confuse you. What you really need to focus on is what's inside. Focusing yourself, expanding yourself, bettering yourself, because that's what's going to bring forth all these really good things. Learning how to listen to your intuition and learning how to follow the will of the Most High. That's it. I'm going to do Moonology cards, so I'm going to end this with my astrology deck. Loshi, if you're watching this or if you are watching, thank you for this deck. This deck is actually like really, really beautiful and very, very powerful. It's really been helping me out a lot, and it's really been giving me a lot of really good messages. And it's been very, very connected to, like, it works very well with like my gifting as well. So Loshi Girosin, thank you so much for this. Thank you for your gift and your donation. Like, I'm really putting this deck to really good use. Putting it to really good use, and I thank you for your generosity. You're the only one who donated a deck to me, Loshi, and I thank you for that. And you were the first person to buy a private reading from me, so thank you. Like, thank you for your continued support, both with your words and with the financial support and gratitude. The only one next to, I think Misty herself also brought a couple readings from me as well, and Sonia brought one as well. But Loshi, Misty, you guys have been like my biggest supporters, and I thank you guys so much for that. I would if I had money. It's okay, Esther. Those who gave. I mean, those who can give, gave. Well, yeah, the ones who can give and wanted to give, gave. Let me see. Like I said, I don't expect the donations, and like it's not a mandatory thing, but it doesn't go unnoticed by me, because I'm very appreciative and I'm very grateful of everything that comes my way. So I just had to give them their special shout outs, because they were the ones that bought readings and did that stuff. I subscribed, liked, and commented on YouTube. That you did. Let's see. All right, so I've been shuffling these cards. And we have a fiery climax approaches. Boom, boom, boom. With you are good enough. Now, with the fiery climax approaches, like, I really feel like some of us are like kind of hitting in for a confrontation. Like, and I hate giving these kind of messages, but this just comes with the territory. Certain people are not going to like your growth. Certain people aren't going to like you withdrawing your energy. The energy you put out will come back. Absolutely. Like, a lot of people aren't like a fan of us, like those of us who are like really light, really like giving and generous. And now I'm encouraging you guys, like, pull yourself back. Just realize once you start pulling your energy back from people, a lot of people aren't going to like that. Like, some of us have to prepare for a confrontation, especially if you left a lover behind and that person is still like after you. That person is going to show up again, or like just people disagreeing with your choices and things of that nature. Just get ready. Just be ready to confront, to have a climax and a confrontation with people who are seeing you like rise up, who are seeing you shine, seeing you glow, and they got an issue with it. But just remember that you are good enough. Like, no matter what happened, no matter what these people say, you always have to make sure that you stand firm inside yourself. And that's why that true love card showed up again. Stand firm inside yourself and stand firm on your truths, because you have the truth. Yeah. All right. A personal issue reaches resolution. This is the card on. Oh, yeah. And the full moon in Virgo. There we go. Yes. Now, here go the Cancer card. A personal issue reaches resolution. I feel like a lot of you guys probably needed to hear this message, because you need to renew your faith in your dreams. Like, maybe some of you guys have been feeling like what you truly want isn't meant for you. And here's your reminder that no, sometimes you might just have to, fight for it. You have to stand up for yourself, stand up for your dreams, stand up for your beliefs. Be that spiritual warrior and stand true in your strength, and know that you are good enough, and continue to fight for your faith and your dreams. So I'm going to pull some astrological oracles, these cards, and then I'm going to see what comes out. I'm hearing that I got to pour 4 of these. So let's see what we get. Okay, first card we got is the Taurus card. Now, with Taurus, who is ruled by Venus, coming out, like I said, I think this has a lot to do with, like, you guys, it's like stability and, like, actually, like, your material wealth. Like I said, a lot of us, and I've been using that example, like some of us who's been going through money problems, we've been trying to like focus a lot more on like our work and stuff like that, and doing this and doing that, putting a lot of energy into it, and it's creating a sense of dependency. I know for a fact that Tauruses can fall into this habit when they decide to motivate themselves that they want something, they're going to get it. Like, Tauruses typically are lazy. They just like quiet. They're just really adept at hiding their laziness. But Tauruses are pretty lazy. They only work hard when it's something that they really want. And I feel like this is the energy that we guys need to embody here. Have this Taurus energy for yourself, like on like your self-improvement and wanting to break free from dependency and stuff of that and things of that nature. But to me, to see this like Taurus card also comes out, I'm also channeling an energy of like material stability. A lot of us are like heading and transitioning into a materially stable life, a financially stable life. But right now, your finances might just be in chaos and conflict. It might not be looking too good. But just know it's going to start evening out the more you go through this process of what I'm explaining here and what I have explained. The more you go through this process, the more your finances are going to even out. And with Pluto, I'm not going to take the card, but with Pluto poking out at the bottom of the deck, mind you, this Pluto card here has been stalking me. So it's been one, and I am a Plutonian soul, and Pluto is like probably a real big influence. Pluto's energy is a real big influence in my life and in my astro chart. So it makes no wonder he stalks me. But for him to show up for this reading, this is to let you know, like, you guys' material problems is in the process of like dying and being reborn into abundance. So you guys really need to take that message. Like, your physical life is in the process of dying and being made new with Pluto coming out. We got 3 more cards that we need to pull out. So let's see what comes out next. Okay. Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is the father of the Jupiter is father. Jupiter is the father of all the planets. And with Jupiter coming out, it's also, I think Jupiter is also Zeus, the king of all the planets or whatever. With Jupiter coming out, this is like also the biggest blessing. Because one thing Jupiter loved to do is to bless and to increase and expand. Like, this is the card of expansion. And what I've been talking about ever since I pulled this meditation card, expansion. Pay attention. Expansion, and also the card of abundance. And like I said, with Taurus and Jupiter coming out together, like, I get the feeling like this is going to be a big expansion, a big blessing towards your finances and your financial stability, and even like the stability of your life. A lot of us are being transitioned because Pluto was at the bottom of the deck, and here he is again. For Pluto at the bottom deck, we are ending the cycle of lack, and we're stepping into a cycle of abundance. A very small number of us, those of us who've been like engaging in this process and following along with the curriculum, we're heading into a big and prosperous time. I'm also going to read the book because these cards are still relatively new. And plus the book always offers like very timely reads. So especially if you pull like a sign and a planet together, you need to read them in conjunction. So I'm going to go and pull that out and find it. So where is Jupiter? Jupiter and Taurus. Yes, with Jupiter and Taurus, it says stay open to change and growth. And right on point and very apt. What was I been talking about this whole time? Not fighting the change, not fighting the transition that you're in right now. Not getting bound and caught in the confusion of like just like everything not working. Stay open to this process because this is you're being changed and you're being grown. You're being expanded, with Jupiter also showing out and lending that energy. You're being expanded, and you guys really need to like relax and allow this process to go, because a lot of us are really fighting it, and that's also very human. Like, I'm not here to condemn or say you're bad for doing this. It's a very human thing. So don't beat yourself up too hard about it, but just really learn to like relax and just let things flow. Like, if things aren't working out, just take it like, okay, I guess I'm not meant to do that. Let me figure out another way. Instead of like sitting there getting angry like that one who needs to control. Realize that you're in the den of wolves right now, and you gotta figure out how to be like a wolf, how to imitate a wolf, so you can come out and lead that pack. So just know that you're going through it. A lot of us are going through it right now, but it's for a very good reason. Like I said, this is boot camp for a lot of us. A lot of us are going through spiritual boot camp to like really learn our power and get ready for the next half of our life, which is going to be us succeeding, achieving, and having the there we go. Us succeeding, dreaming, and having, and then having to defend our stuff. Because people are going to come and they're going to have their hands out. And the card that keeps coming to me in my dreams, I'm going to pull it out here. And look at it. It's not too far from the top of the deck either. The number 10 card, can't be caught. Because this is going to be very important for your next phase of the life, to not be so accessible to other people, to not really know your value and your worth, and know who to spend your time with and who not to give your energy to. Like, since we're starting in the spiritual war, and like this is really going to be like the next the next half of our life, we really need to learn the discernment about like not really feeling like we're entitled or indebted to other people, or not let other people feel entitled or indebted to our energy or our time or our gift. You are the master of yourself, and don't let yourself get caught up. So that was a quick little thing. Let me go back to these astrology cards. Okay. Next card we have is Neptune. Now, with Neptune's energy coming out, Neptune is like the card of like depth. Because Uranus reaches for the high heavens, but Neptune goes to the reaches of the sea. This is also Poseidon in Greek mythology. So Neptune is the Roman counterpart of Poseidon. But with Neptune being here, like I said, a lot of us are on the journey of the High Priestess. Neptune is the intuitive planet, the psychic planet, the planet for psychics. It's very deep. And also, this also encourages you guys to like really go in and like inside yourself. Pluto is the card of like change and rebirth, but Neptune is the card of like spirituality, of like being engrossed in the spirit, of like really going inside of yourself and like really expanding. This keeps coming out, especially with Jupiter coming out now, Neptune. Really learning to expand yourself, really learning how to like really, I don't know how else to say this. Like, I feel like if you guys know what I'm talking about, you get it. Like, it's just the message is starting to repeat itself here. Like, you guys are starting to get it. And I think I am coming to a close on this reading because the message is starting to go around in a circle now. So, yeah, follow your intuition and know that you're being expanded even deeper. And I'm also getting the message that I need to read Jupiter and Neptune together. And with Jupiter and Neptune, like, in conjunction, that means that your psychic gifts are being like boosted, expanded. You're growing into something like way more powerful. And I hear like for like at least one or two of us in here, like in this entire group, we're turning into something that this world has never seen before. So really keep that in mind. Like I think this is just for one other person, but I don't know who. But we're turning into something that this world has never seen before. So we really need to like keep that up, keep our wits about us, and like really go through the process. So where is Neptune and Jupiter? Here. Deep undercurrents of spiritual power are at your disposal. Believe in yourself and draw upon this divine strength. What I've been telling you guys. This big expansion, this big growth in our spiritual powers it's for us to harness and to use, to realize that we are unique, that we do have power, that we are this person, that we are really fucking divine. We are who we say we are. I am who I say I am. Period. We're being blessed with more and more power. And now it's time for us to like accept it and to also be able to harness it for like our highest good. But just realize that process of learning how to harness your power is just that, a process, a journey, a transformation. And we have to go through it, and we have to be patient and open to the process of change. One last card, and then I'll give the final message of it, and then I'll pick a card to end on, and then I will really make sure I end it there. Not that one. This one. Here it is. Venus. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of planetary energies. And like I said, Venus rules over Taurus. So it's funny that she came out at the very end. Look at this. Gemini. My Gemini is actually in Venus. So this is actually like really cute. A nice little confirmation like, hey, you know, this reading's about you too. Thank you, Father. I know. But Gemini at the bottom of the deck. But with Venus coming out, like I said, this is for those of us who've been struggling with like feelings of like being beautiful or like not really feeling like our like most most beautiful, gracious, and like expansive selves. Here's Venus to tell you like and I'm sorry I'm about to curse here, but Venus is about to tell you are that bitch, okay? you are her or you are him. Don't let anyone try to like really dissuade you from that. But Venus coming out with all this beautiful energy. I feel like I need to read Jupiter and Venus and Jupiter. Venus is like really coming in and taking center stage in this reading. Like, it's all about you too, of course. Your vibe attracts your tribe. There it is. And that's the message I gave at the very, very beginning. Like, a lot of us are bringing in our soul tribe because we're doing the work on ourselves and we're elevating our vibrations and we're doing it. So thank you for reiterating that point, Jennifer. Thank you. I forgot about that. So Venus is coming in, like she's stepping in. Aphrodite's here, like, all right, boys, sit down. It's time for me. So I'm going to read all the cards associated with all the combinations out here associated with Venus because I feel like this is very, very important. So we're going to find Venus and Taurus first because Venus rules over Taurus. Enjoy in the delights of the senses. So with Venus and Taurus here coming out, and of course, Venus and Taurus is very opulent. Like, it's the sign that like enjoys material things, enjoys the food, enjoys having nice stuff. Probably even more than Venus and Libra. Venus and Taurus, Like, this is like, take the time out to really enjoy things. Like, don't, and I seen you've been doing this, Sonia. Like, just take the time out to enjoy stuff. Like, going to the pool and stuff like that for the summer, having the money to be able to do stuff like that, enjoy it. Like, being able to, like, you know, buy the food, the tasty foods that you want, do it. Like, even if you're on a diet, you know, just have a cheat day on this week, one day this week. If you've really been really strict on yourself, have one cheat day. Just, like, get one thing sweet. Because Venus and Taurus does, like, kind of encourage indulgence. So be a little bit more indulgent. Don't be afraid to get them pair of sneakers. I'm going to say it for me. Don't be afraid to get them pair of sneakers you've been eyeing. Don't be afraid to buy that new thing that you want for yourself. Don't be afraid to do that kind of stuff. Because if you really do that stuff and have faith that money is going to come back to you, money will come back to you. So go ahead and, like, live your life. But I'm not encouraging reckless spending. I'm encouraging you guys to just, like, do something that's going to feel good to you. So now I got to go over here because these are the signs. But back here is with the planets talking to each other. So now we're going to need Venus. Here it is. Here's Venus. So, yes, I've been reaching outside box. There you go. Go outside your box. Let me see. We're going to do Venus and Jupiter first because this is the strongest energy. Be generous with your affections and lavish with your love. Pour forth your bounty of beauty to the world. Like I said, don't be afraid to be who you are. You're getting an increase in, like, your presence. I know this has been true for me. You're getting an increase in your presence and your beauty. And it's happening from a very spiritual level. Don't be afraid to go out into the world and be who you are and show your light, show your uniqueness. Like I said, that comes back to the beginning about radical self-acceptance. Accepting your uniqueness, accepting your quirks, accepting who you are, and going out into the world and, like, showing that to the world. And just, like, being your beautiful, powerful, with Jupiter and Neptune coming out together, your beautiful, powerful, spiritual self. Go out there and don't be afraid to show the world that. And now we got Venus and Neptune. Compassion for others will soften your heart and draw more love to you. This is the source of spiritual bliss. What I've been talking about, true love. I love how this is all coming full circle. The true love card. Loving yourself and loving others. Like, loving yourself so you can, like, better love others. Be more compassionate in loving others. Like, that message just, all this just came full circle. Like, this whole entire reading just literally came full circle with that right there. Love yourself so you'll be in a better position to love others. And that's the source of true spiritual power. It's judged by your capacity to be able to love and to treat others well, despite what's going on with yourself. And that's one thing that, you know, we all need to keep in mind, because we all came here to learn to love each other and to help uplift and grow each other. Because in a world of light, there is no competition, there is no anger, and there is no no dragging the next man down, no sending them evil eyes because you don't have. It's all about being, like, loving and compassion and sharing yourself with the world. But for right now, we need to really bring our energy back into ourselves. I'm bringing it back to the beginning message. Bring your energy back into yourself for expansion. Yes, we are one. That's absolutely correct. We're all connected. So let me pull the final card for this for my final message. All right. Yep. The divine feminine, my divine feminine energy keeps loving to come out with Queen coming out here. The Queen card says radiates the regal feminine. Uses her benevolent authority to protect others. What was we just talking about love for others? Because we have Queen and the Prince card. And the Prince card is romantic charm and potential for power. Like I said, a lot of us are growing beautiful. A lot of us are, like, growing better. And we're getting a lot of, like, good power and, like, nice charm. So remember to, like, where's the fixing each other's crowns? That's exactly right. Where is it? Like, realize that we're out here, like, a lot of us are actually royalty. We got the two cards of royalty here. So a very small number of us are actual spiritual royals. And the responsibility of the nobility of the royals of the higher order spirits is to make sure that we protect the lower spirits, and we help uplift and enlighten them. And we do that by compassionate acts of serving with love and being wise in our actions and knowing when to protect ourselves and when to protect others. And I think that's going to be the message here. You guys are powerful. You guys are worthy. God loves you all. And just remember that. Like, if I don't see any of you again, or any of you don't like want to like support or do anything else, just know that I'm grateful for all the things that you could give and all the things that you did give. So thank you for everything, and I wish you all the best. Much love. Mwah.